So hopefully we are live, and
Yes.
I'm just going to go to my, it's just so pretentious, my webpage, Facebook page, and see if it's come up yet. And also there I can actually look at the, hopefully look at the suggestions that have been made.
Cool. Yeah, good. Looking forward to it. Have you had any sneaky peeks in the
The first couple I looked at, I can't remember anything. Like,
Good.
just make sure people saw it, if that makes sense. I got a notification that we're live, so that's good. So you can wave out to the people in the world.
Hello, world.
Hello, everyone. So those, if you're on this webpage, hopefully you know it's Jon Nguyen, Jon Nguyen, Jon Nguyen, depending how you pronounce it, whichever part of the world you come from. It's my improviser page. So hello, and I have with me. I'm not sure which side she's on. I'm going to assume this side.
To me, that's correct.
Oh, brilliant.
But to anyone else, I don't know.
I mean, she's one of the sides, and I'll let her introduce yourself, if that's okay.
Yeah. Thanks, John. And hello, I'm Emma Bird, and I founded and teach at Liverpool Comedy Improv, and it's our 5th anniversary year this year. Yeah, so yeah, I teach drop-ins three times a week, I think, and do shows and collaborate with awesome people like John. So thank you, John.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Emma. See, it's nice to have people out there. Okay, so I have on my screen 13 different suggestions from the wonderful people in the world. Now, I will let you pick, without looking at them, a number between 1 and 13.
I'm going to go for 6 because I liked being 6 when I was 6. It was a good age.
Okay, right. Counting from the bottom up, we have a word. I don't know why I'm slowing it down. Like, it's not like suspense in this. The word is escalator. And the word escalator comes from our lovely and excellent friend, because I know you know her, Lakshmi.
Yeah, Lakshmi.
Yeah, so that's brilliant. So what I'm going to do is get my little timer on my clock up, and I will time her, so you don't have to worry about that. I will do that side of things if you're happy. Okay, so let me just scroll back up. Right, everyone in the world, this is me and Emma, and this is Escalator. Please enjoy.
Sorry to, I know you're very busy, Peter. Sorry to interrupt your day. You must have hundreds of people coming up here all the time to try and get through the gates. And I was just wondering, I was just wondering if I could come up and through. You're the gatekeeper, obviously. I'm just wondering if I could come in through the gates, you know, for the ever after.
I don't mean to seem rude in any way. It's just, it almost never fails. I go on a break and someone comes up to ask me a question. It's like I have a break every, I don't know, 600 years or thereabouts, and without fail, someone comes up and asks me a question. Right, okay, no, you didn't know. I should have put the sign up. I didn't put the sign up. It's right, okay.
What does your sign say? Does it say back in 5 mins, or does it say back in 600 years?
The sign says, the gatekeeper is out, please wait.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not saying it's a test. I'm just saying the vast majority of souls wait.
But they could be waiting for an awfully long time, Peter, if we don't know how long your break's for. I mean, do you think, I mean, I'm sorry, I don't mean to question your authority, but...
No, it's fine. I should apologize to you. I mean, the sign wasn't out. I mean, I'm clearly, you know, it's, don't worry. Okay, right. Let's start again. Hello, I am St. Peter, the Rock, the gatekeeper. I hate the phrase gatekeeper, but that's literally what I am.
Literally.
unto the gates of heaven. And unfortunately, as it is my break, I don't have my ledger. So if you could just give me some information about yourself, we'll go from there. Oh, you brought it with you. Brilliant. Okay, fine. Right.
File. Yeah. It's Barbara.
Barbara
Manley.
Barbara Manley. Ah, okay, right. Okay, just give me a second. We've recently gone digital. Let me just get out the old.
Digital heaven is amazing. Gosh, wow, you have laptops here.
Yes. Well, it turns out laptops have, well, not a soul per se, but when they break out and don't work any longer, they go one way or the other, depending on how well they survived and served in life, obviously.
Like humans, we go one way or the
other. Yes, so this Chromebook came up here. So there you go.
Wow. I'm amazed, Peter, that you're digitized. That's incredible.
Oh, we move with the times up here. You know,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to get a virus and etc. Right, Barbara Manley, wasn't it?
Barbara Manley, yeah. I'm 52, and lived a good life, I think, Peter. Good life. It should probably say on your Chromebook, lived a good life.
Right. Okay. Yes. Let's have a look. Well, it's a Chromebook, so we're using Google Sheets, obviously, to do
That's very modern.
The sum, as it were, because everyone comes out with a number at the end, one way or the other. You know, makes my life a lot easier. I don't have to worry about the old system.
Just before you look at in my file, I want to be completely honest with you.
Oh, good. That's always handy. Okay, Barbara, go for it.
I have lived a good life. I've tried my best, honestly, and I've just been a quiet person, and I've tried to be kind and work hard and spread joy. But there is one blotch on my blotting paper there.
I can see that. It's not one blotch makes sense if you look from a point of view that it was one other human being you were having the affair with. However, it was multiple times, and sometimes multiple times during one day.
It was passionate, Peter. That's what I can say. It was just okay. So it wasn't a one time only, but it was just one person, and it was passionate, and we fell in lust, I suppose, and my whole world crumbled because of it, and I really did try to repair things with Dave, my actual husband, and he tried hard to forgive me, and I really tried, and I'm just hoping that to get through the gates that could just be overlooked, that just that little blip just.
Well, it's on the spreadsheet now. You see, it can't just be overlooked. I mean, it's a very secure system. I mean,
is it Excel?
Yes, it's Excel. It's basically.
Yeah.
But don't worry. That's many an adulterer has still passed through the gates of heaven. That's fine. That won't be held entirely against you. It just means you won't quite have the premium service that some people will have.
Oh, there's different services.
Oh yes,
in heaven.
There are different levels in yes, like gym memberships. Could you
describe them all for me, Peter? Because I'd like to know what I'm getting into. Just let me know what are the 3 tiers of heaven, and premium, standard, and substandard, and then I can just mentally prepare.
All right. Well, there isn't a substandard. They're all great. It's heaven. Okay, let's get that out of the way first, Barbara. Right. The first level, okay, is brilliant. It's like we call it standard level, as you say. It's excellent level, and you get all amenities in heaven, except you don't get any streaming services. So no Netflix, no Amazon Prime, no Disney Plus. So that stuff doesn't happen.
Okay. Well, right? I could could probably live with that. I'm not a huge streamer.
Brilliant. Okay, but don't worry. You may well enter the second level, which
Right.
we call the top level. It's confusing, but it's called the top level. Okay, that's when you do get all the streaming services, plus you get whatever your heart desires. Pretty good.
Okay.
And then the very top level, and so far only one person has got this level. Okay, and it's named the David Bowie level.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I really want to get. I really want to get to the David Bowie level. I really do, Peter. I mean, I'm such a huge fan of his, and to live in perpetuity in that level, I'm imagining with himself, would just be heavenly.
I mean, that is literally the definition of heaven. Yes. Well, Barbara, you've come all this way to the gates of heaven.
Yeah.
And, well, I feel very bad. I feel terrible.
Oh no.
You see,
it's bad news, isn't it?
Well, I'm not gonna go any particular way about it.
Okay.
It is bad news, I'm afraid to say.
Okay.
I may have lied to you a little bit. I'm not the Saint Peter. I'm a Saint Peter. I'm not the actual gatekeeper of heaven.
Sorry, wait. Roll back. You're not the real Saint Peter.
Oh, I
and you've just lied to me.
Yes.
This escalator was just this was a misnomer. I mean, this is a misunderstanding. It said quite clearly, enter the escalator to go up to St. Peter at the gates of heaven. I mean, it's a false sign, and you're a false angel.
Well, that's purgatory for you. So I'll see you again tomorrow for exactly the same conversation. Have a very standard day, Barbara. Goodbye. Next we've got Barbara Manley. Well, this will be fun. And that's the end of the scene. And we're done.
Yay! That was just so fun.
We've got a little in there. Nice, isn't it?
Oh my God. I love your imagination, John. It's just so good. Like this computer's like we've digitized. You've been on a break for 600 years, and you know, and then it was like purgatory. Oh my God, so funny.
There you go. Well, no. Thank you very much, Emma, for doing that with me. And you're my first 10 minutes with.
Yay!
So that was good. So hopefully
it was an honor. It was a real pleasure. You know, I always I you know, this is the first time I think me and you like properly improvised together. We've been in the same classes, and you taught at Liverpool Comedy Improv recently, and I've seen you perform with other people. And every time I watch you, John, you just pull something out the bag that I just think, oh, it's so good. It's just so the moves that you make are just so good.
Oh, thank you.
I think you did one with I think it was the Jay Suko one, and where the game of the scene was just so. It was a call center, call center
password,
and that was like just the game, you know, just again. It was just so funny.
Oh yeah, the great thing here was and those who don't know Jay Suko, get to know Jay Suko. That's what we recommend. But it was like 5 games, but all the same game, but 5. So it was a bit of a memory test as well. And Jay trusted that I remember all the 5 things.
Yeah. And also, I kind of like that, just that hint at the end there of ours. It was like, because purgatory had been established, it was like, I knew that you were going to say next, Barbara, and I knew that would be the game. We could actually do that in perpetuity, and it would hopefully still be funny.
Yeah. But thank you for coming along the ride. So yeah, I mean, I just like to have a little bit of a chat. Let's have a little bit of a chat, shall we? Because we've got a bit of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Liverpool. So let me get it right. Is it improv Liverpool comedy or comedy Liverpool improv or Liverpool improv? Which way is it? Which way around is it? First?
I love the loads of people get it wrong. I think it's probably my fault. It's Liverpool comedy improv. And then I set that up, right? So I founded it 5 years ago, and I got the domain name, and it was like, right, okay, I'm going to set up my own so I can teach and stuff. And then subsequently realized that practically everyone in the world says improv comedy. Like, so really, if I was following the world trend of improv, it would say Liverpool improv comedy, because like most people say improv comedy, but I was just a bit arse over tit about it and just went Liverpool comedy improv. That's it. That's what I'm called.
Yep.
Domain name, bought it, you know, like, and then so now like loads of people get the name wrong, but it doesn't matter. Liverpool comedy improv.
Just because it's LCI, isn't it? So
Yeah.
LCI. It's a funny thing because I think because it doesn't even work in Roman numeral because L I think is 50, C is 100, and I is 1, so it would be 51, I guess, if you worked out the actual. I'm
so glad you know that. I might start sort of naming little projects, you know, hashtag 51 or something like that.
Okay. I'm one of those brains that's quite because I'm very much in a favor of. I thought it was a long time ago. If this is true, then what else is true? And that's one of those things I love in improv.
Yeah.
Like in this version of heaven, like the fact that there are 3 levels of heaven, and the top one was called David Bowie, and I just, because that is a lot of people's heaven, right? A lot of people would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could listen to that song Heroes almost all the time. I love it. Love it. I was trying to get that in as well, the Heroes thing, but I couldn't. My brain wasn't thinking.
Oh, that's mine. We could be heroes just for one day, as they say, isn't it? That's the song goes. And that's how this purgatory goes. You're your own little hero, day over day over day. So yeah, do you do much else traveling? Improv-wise, it was all based in Liverpool for you at the moment, or if in the world before the pandemic, did you do much traveling?
I went to Copenhagen International Festival last year. And that was extremely excellent. Yeah, so I had a week's workshop, like a week's course with Jamie Moyer, who's just phenomenal. She's like the epitome of let's have fun, but with such skill and such experience. So I was like, going to festivals is weird because you're exhausted basically because it's improv. You get up early, you have whatever 6 hours or sometimes more of improv learning, which is tiring to learn. And then of course there's all these amazing shows in the evening and you want to go see everyone and everything and all of that. So and I was in Copenhagen, which is a beautiful city, so I wanted to do a bit of sightseeing as well and all of that. So cramming all that into like 7 days was exhausting but really brilliant. So that was like my first experience of going to an international improv festival. Okay. So yeah, I mean, and as soon as we're back in person and festivals start off again, I'd really like to get up to the Edinburgh Improv Fest, which is I think relatively new, just a couple of years in. I'd like to go up there. But there's loads, and of course Nottingham Improv Fest, which I would have been going to had lockdown not happened. I would have been there. Were you going to go to Nottingham Improv Fest?
I was going to be in the first night show.
Oh, I think I was. So we would have improvised anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
Yay!
Amazing. So I got this question because I thought I got this question. Because you've had your enough experience in comedy improv festival now. I'm calling it comedy improv for you. There we go. See, right?
Yeah. Thanks.
If now you've done one, what tips do you have for anyone who's watching, who's not been to one before? What would you say to them? Would you have done differently? Would you do it again? Would you do the same? Anything you can think of, like at the top of your head, top couple of things, even.
I think go to sleep at a decent time and eat well. Sleep, break, eat. like that, like just maintain like a kind of equilibrium, because there's so much stimulation, and which is an amazing thing. But I would just say, you know, take it easy as well, and also maybe just pick pick the shows like that you want to see, because like I think that, I don't know, but I felt like a little bit of pressure to like, I have to see everything, but of course you can't, because things are like scheduled simultaneously. I guess it's like any festival. Like I remember years ago I went to the Edinburgh Festival, up in Edinburgh, funnily enough. And it was a bit overwhelming, and I think it's the same at Glastonbury. Like a couple of times I've been to Glastonbury over the years, and it's like there's just so much going on. I just feel a bit overwhelmed. So I would say to anyone going to festivals, just pick what you want to do, and just, it doesn't have to be everything. Just pick something that you know, things that will bring you joy, things that you're gonna, you know, new teams that you don't know to big teams that you do know. Like, just pick and choose and be careful, and then take care of yourself whilst you're doing that.
Okay. Well, you say, everyone, you heard it here first. Emma's going to write a book called Sleep, Break, Eat. Like that'll be your pamphlet for survival at a festival. Nothing to do with Eat, Pray, Love. A very different book. So
Yeah.
a completely different book. So look out for it from Liverpool Comedy Improv.
Yeah. Yeah.
Her top
I think I'm done with festivals. Other than improv festivals, I don't think, I'm not so keen on like the big. I'm not great with crowds. So like, and I'm just getting too long in the tooth for running around, burning the candle at both ends. But yeah, so maybe somebody else should write Eat, Break, Sleep.
Okay, and so before we end a little casting, as it were, Emma, why don't you tell the people the best way to contact either you or your company, or a combination thereof, whatever you like?
Yeah, so at Liverpool Comedy Improv on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I'm much more active on Facebook because it's basically the platform that I understand the best. I'm rarely tweeting, but I do occasionally. But you can find me there at Live Comedy Improv. Instagram, you know, I dabble. At Live Comedy Improv. So yeah, Facebook and my website, you know, liverpoolcomedyimprov.co.uk. They're all the best ways. And also you can find me on Boss Birds Improv page as well, because so Boss Birds Improv was like an all-women team that I set up in Liverpool, Liverpool's first women team, improv team. So you can find me at Boss Birds Improv on Facebook as well. So yeah, that's just, yeah, one of my lovely little projects at the minute.
Yeah, and I know that Emma has also been running 3 to 4 workshops, drop-in workshops a week, which, because we're online, anyone can get in on those. And she's been having guest teachers. Yes. I was one of them, and I know that she's had some excellent guest teachers, people I respect and I've met before. So yeah, get in contact with Emma, get to know her. She's a lovely person. So
thanks, John. Well,
so let's wave goodbye to the world.
Goodbye, world.
And I'm this.
And thank you, John.